The massive holographic display at Luna Command Center flickered with thousands of red dots as Director Elena Reyes watched humanity's greatest nightmare materialize. The Zephyrus Alliance fleet had arrived, their crystalline ships emerging from hyperspace like shards of obsidian against the starlit void. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. Commander David Park's fingers danced across his quantum interface terminal, his cybernetic eye whirring as it processed the incoming data. 4,732 capital ships detected. Director. Their energy signatures match nothing in our public database. He emphasized the word public ever so slightly, sharing a knowing look with Elena. The Zephyrus Alliance had conquered 23 civilizations across 3 galactic arms. Their strategy was always the same: overwhelming force, demands for surrender, then systematic harvesting of resources and population processing. They expected to find another primitive species, barely capable of reaching their own moon. How wrong they were. The alien transmission cut through all frequencies, their translation matrix converting their crystalline language into every human tongue simultaneously. "Species of Sol 3, your world has been chosen for integration into the Zephyrus Alliance. Your resources will be cataloged, your population will be processed. 23 civilizations have fallen before us. Resistance is futile. You have 6 hours to surrender your world government representatives." Elena allowed herself a small smile. "Send the response, Commander Park." "The predetermined one, Director." "Exactly as planned." Deep beneath the Himalayas, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Dr. Marcus Wong looked up from his quantum entanglement console. The vast chamber hummed with the power of technology that humanity had kept hidden for over 2 centuries. Their greatest deception wasn't just hiding their true capabilities, it was creating an elaborate illusion of division and technological inferiority. "Quantum mesh network at 97% synchronization," reported Dr. Aisha Patel, her hands moving through the holographic controls with practiced precision. "All global nodes are green." The Cold War, the space race, the endless conflicts, all carefully orchestrated theater to hide the truth. Since the Roswell incident in 1947, humanity had united in secret, preparing for this inevitable moment. The crashed alien ship had given them a glimpse of what was coming, and they had spent generations getting ready. In high orbit, Admiral Xerix of the Zephyrus Alliance watched Earth's major cities through his ship's sensors. The primitive species hadn't responded to their ultimatum, not unusual for a civilization facing such overwhelming force. His crystalline exoskeleton sparkled as he issued the command. "Begin the harvest formation." The massive fleet moved with practiced grace, their ships arranging themselves in the pattern that had brought death to countless worlds. Each vessel knew its role in this dance of destruction, each crew confident in their absolute superiority. But as the first wave of ships entered low Earth orbit, something impossible happened. The leading edge of their formation, a destroyer-class vessel named Eternal Crystal, simply vanished. No explosion, no debris, no distress signal. One moment it existed, the next it was gone as if it had never been there at all. Before Admiral Xerix could process what had happened, 3 more ships disappeared in the same manner. In the Himalayan facility, Dr. Wong's team worked with precise coordination. "Phase 1 complete," Dr. Patel announced. First 4 targets successfully shifted to parallel dimensions. All crews remain intact in their designated pocket universes. Wong nodded, his fingers dancing across the quantum controls. "Initiate Phase 2. Let's show them what happens when they threaten a species that mastered dimensional engineering while pretending to still use chemical rockets." The Zephyrus command deck erupted into chaos as more ships began to vanish. Their sensors detected no energy weapons, no conventional explosions, not even the exotic particle traces of known cloaking technology. It was as if sections of their perfect formation were being surgically removed from reality itself. Impossible. Xerix's crystalline form vibrated with rage and fear. No species has this level of technology. We would have known. Back at Luna Command, Elena Reyes watched the mighty alien fleet begin to break formation. Status report, she commanded. 37 capital ships successfully displaced. Director. Commander Park reported with barely contained satisfaction. Dr. Wong confirms all crews are alive, but permanently shifted to separate pocket dimensions. The enemy fleet is showing signs of tactical confusion. Humanity had spent centuries preparing for this moment, developing a defense that didn't just destroy their enemies, but removed them from this reality entirely. It was the ultimate expression of human ingenuity, a weapon that wasn't a weapon at all. As the quantum mesh network continued its work, Elena thought about all the civilizations that had fallen to the Zephyrus Alliance. This time would be different. This time, the predators had unwittingly walked into the perfect trap, and Earth was about to reveal just how advanced humanity had become while hiding behind a mask of primitive technology. The game was about to begin, and Earth was holding all the cards that the enemy didn't even know existed. Admiral Zerix's crystalline form pulsed with rage as he watched another squadron of ships vanish into nothingness. The Zephyrus Alliance's perfect formation, refined through 23 conquests, was falling apart. His second-in-command, Sub-Commander Vex, approached with evident trepidation. "My lord, we've analyzed the spatial distortions. They're unlike anything in our database. It's as if..." Vex hesitated, his crystalline structure dimming slightly. "It's as if space itself is being folded around our ships." In the Himalayan facility, Dr. Marcus Wong monitored the quantum mesh network's performance with satisfaction. Each disappeared alien vessel was precisely placed in its own pocket dimension, the crews preserved but permanently separated from their fleet. A true containment solution, not a weapon of destruction. "Dr. Wong," Dr. Aisha Patel called from her station. "They're deploying their world breakers." The main display showed 3 massive crystalline structures emerging from the heart of the alien fleet. Each was the size of a small moon, their surfaces covered in geometric patterns that pulsed with exotic energy. These were the Alliance's ultimate weapons, capable of shattering planets. "They're getting desperate," Wong observed, just as the simulations predicted. "Initiate Protocol Omega." Deep beneath the ice of Antarctica, another hidden facility hummed to life. Dr. Isabella Torres, head of Project Mirror, watched as her team activated the global network of quantum reflection arrays. For 2 centuries, humanity had hidden these installations in plain sight, disguised as research stations, weather monitoring outposts, and communications arrays. The truth about human unity and technological advancement went back further than most knew. The Roswell incident hadn't been first contact. It had been confirmation. In 1897, Nikola Tesla had received signals from the stars, warnings about the Zephyrus Alliance and their relentless expansion. The world's powers had united in secret then, understanding that humanity's only hope lay in perfect deception and unprecedented cooperation. Director Elena Reyes' voice came through the quantum comm. "Dr. Torres, are the reflection arrays ready? Our sensors show they're charging their world breakers." "Arrays at full power, Director," Torres responded, her hands moving across the control interface. "The quantum mesh is stable. Let them fire their best shot." In orbit, Admiral Zerix had reached his breaking point. "Target their largest population centers," he commanded. "Full power to all world breakers. Show these primitives the price of resistance." The massive weapons charge, their crystalline surfaces blazing with enough energy to reduce continents to ash. The remaining Zephyrus ships moved into support positions, their crews confident that no civilization could withstand even 1 world breaker, let alone 3. Energy surge detected, Commander Park announced at Luna Command. "They're firing." 3 beams of pure destruction lanced toward Earth, each capable of shattering a tectonic plate. The Zephyrus crews watched with savage satisfaction, expecting to see oceans boil and continents crack. Instead, the beam struck an invisible barrier 20 kilometers above Earth's surface and vanished. No explosion, No deflection. Simply gone. In the Antarctic facility, Dr. Torres allowed herself a smile as the quantum reflection arrays did their work, catching the enormous energy beams and redirecting them into carefully prepared pocket dimensions. Impossible. Xyrix's voice cracked with disbelief. Nothing can stop a world breaker. Sir, Vex reported, his crystalline form trembling. We're detecting massive energy signatures activating across the planet's surface. They're not weapons. They're there. A global network of quantum technology revealed itself as humanity finally dropped its mask. Hidden installations emerged from beneath oceans, deserts, and ice caps. The centuries-long deception was ending, and Earth was showing its true face. At Luna Command, Director Rise opened a channel to the Zephyrus fleet. Admiral Xyrix, she began, her voice calm but carrying an edge of steel. I believe it's time we had a proper conversation about humanity's place in the galaxy. The quantum mesh network continued its work, methodically removing ship after ship from normal space. The Zephyrus Alliance's mighty armada was being dismantled piece by piece, not through destruction, but through an application of physics they hadn't believed possible. You don't understand, Xyrix transmitted, his voice carrying a note of desperation. We are the Zephyrus Alliance. We have conquered 23 worlds. We cannot be defeated by primitives. That's where you made your mistake, Admiral, Rise replied. You assumed our public face was our true face. You believed our carefully crafted illusion of division and technological infancy. The truth is, humanity united centuries ago. Every war, every conflict, every apparent technological limitation. All of it was theater, designed to hide our true capabilities until they were needed. In the Himalayan facility, Dr. Wang watched as the quantum mesh network reached its peak efficiency. Final phase ready, Director, he reported. Shall we proceed with the demonstration? Rise looked at the tactical display, where the once mighty Zephyrus fleet was now in complete disarray. Proceed, Doctor. Show them exactly what happens when they threaten a world that has spent centuries preparing for this moment. The game had changed, and the hunters were about to become the hunted. The quantum mesh network's revelation had shattered more than just the Zephyrus Alliance's formation. It had broken their fundamental understanding of the universe. Admiral Xyrix watched helplessly as his mighty fleet continued to dissolve, ship by ship, into the fabric of space-time itself. My lord, Sub-Commander Vex reported, his crystalline form dulled with fear. We've lost contact with the Eternal Dominion. Our flagship, it's just gone. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, Dr. Maya Blackwood activated humanity's next surprise. The underwater quantum facility, disguised for decades as a deep-sea mining operation, housed Project Leviathan, a system designed to not just defend Earth, but to take the fight to the enemy. Quantum wake generators at full power, she announced through the secure network. Ready to initiate Operation Boomerang. Director Elena Raya's voice crackled through the quantum comm. Proceed with Phase 1, Dr. Blackwood. Let's show them what happens when humanity stops playing defense. The ocean facility thrummed with power as ancient machines, built in secret during the so-called Cold War, awakened. The truth about that era was far different from what history books claimed. While the world watched missile tests and space races, the real work happened in places like this, underwater caves and mountain bunkers, where humanity's greatest minds worked together, hidden from prying alien eyes. Target acquired. Maya's assistant, Dr. Victor Rossi, called out, initiating quantum wake sequence. Above Earth, a new phenomenon manifested, a ripple in space-time itself that moved like a wave through the Zephyrus fleet. Ships caught in its path didn't vanish this time. Instead, they transformed, their crystalline structures twisting into impossible shapes as the laws of physics themselves were rewritten around them. Admiral Xyrix watched in horror as his remaining world breakers were caught in the quantum wake. The massive weapons, pride of the Alliance, began to fold in on themselves, their crystalline surfaces reflecting realities that shouldn't exist. "What sorcery is this?" he demanded, broadcasting on all frequencies. "What have you done to our ships?" At Luna Command, Director Rice allowed herself a small smile before responding. "We're simply returning your ships to you, Admiral. Though you might find them somewhat altered." The truth was more complex. Project Leviathan wasn't just defending Earth, it was rewriting the very nature of the Zephyrus technology. Every ship caught in the quantum wake was being transformed, its weapons and systems reconfigured at the fundamental level. In the Himalayan facility, Dr. Wong watched the process with professional satisfaction. "Quantum reconfiguration at 60% and climbing," he reported. "The crystalline technology is responding exactly as predicted." The secret of humanity's quantum mastery went beyond mere dimensional manipulation. In the centuries since first contact, Earth's scientists had learned to rewrite the basic rules of reality itself. The wars, the conflicts, the apparent technological limitations, all had been a carefully crafted illusion to hide their true work. "Sir," Vex's panic was evident even through his crystalline form. "The reconfigured ships, they're coming back online. But they're not responding to our commands." Xerix watched in disbelief as his transformed vessels began to move with purpose, their crystalline structures now pulsing with a different kind of energy. "Impossible. Our control systems are genetically locked." Dr. Maya Blackwood's voice came through the quantum comm, carrying a note of pride. "They were genetically locked, Admiral. But genetics are just another form of code, and humanity has had centuries to learn how to rewrite even the most fundamental codes of the universe." In Antarctica, Dr. Torres monitored the quantum reflection arrays as they shifted from defensive to offensive configurations. "Phase 2 ready, Director," she reported. "The reconfigured ships are fully under our control." The transformed Zephyrus vessels, their crystalline structures now resonating with human quantum frequencies, began to move into an attack formation, but not one the Alliance had ever seen before. This was a pattern designed by human military strategists, combining 2 centuries of tactical theory with technology that transcended the conventional laws of physics. "You still don't understand what you're facing, do you, Admiral?" Director Rice transmitted. "Every advancement we showed the galaxy, every piece of primitive technology we displayed, it was all carefully chosen to hide our true capabilities. We didn't just prepare for invasion. We transformed ourselves into something beyond your comprehension." To demonstrate her point, the quantum wake expanded, catching another wave of Alliance ships in its reality-altering embrace. The transformation was beautiful in its way, crystalline structures flowing like liquid light, weapon systems reorganizing themselves at the atomic level, control systems rewriting their own fundamental code. In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. Blackwood initiated the final sequence of Phase 1, quantum resonance field at maximum, beginning full-spectrum reconfiguration. The remaining Zephyrus ships found themselves caught between 2 impossible choices: flee and admit defeat for the first time in their history, or stay and face technology that rewrote the very rules they thought they understood. Admiral Xerix's command ship shuddered as the quantum wake approached. For the first time in his long career of conquest, he felt something entirely new. The dawning realization that his alliance hadn't been the hunters at all. They had been the prey, lured into a trap centuries in the making. The game wasn't just changing. It had been a different game all along, and humanity was finally ready to show their true hand. Admiral Xerix stood in his command center, watching his mighty fleet dissolve into chaos. The transformed ships, their crystalline structures now pulsing with alien human energies, had turned against their own kind. But it was what he saw next that truly shook his crystalline form to its core. Earth was changing. The planet's surface began to shimmer as massive structures emerged from beneath oceans, deserts, and ice caps. What had appeared to be natural formations were revealing themselves as technological marvels, beyond anything the Alliance had encountered in their conquests of 23 worlds. In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. Maya Blackwood initiated Project Leviathan's final phase. Beginning planetary metamorphosis, she announced. All quantum stabilizers at maximum output. The truth about Earth's geography had been humanity's greatest deception. Mountains that aliens had observed for centuries were actually dormant machines. The planet's magnetic field, thought to be natural, was an artificial construction designed to hide the true extent of human advancement. Director Reyes, Dr. Wong's voice came through the quantum network. The planetary defense grid is fully operational. Shall we proceed with the demonstration? At Luna Command, Alina Reyes studied the tactical display showing the remaining Zephyrus ships. Execute final protocol, she commanded. It's time to show them everything. The Earth itself seemed to take a deep breath. Then, in a display that defied conventional physics, the planet's surface began to transform. What appeared to be continental plates shifted, revealing vast networks of quantum machinery that had laid dormant for centuries. By the first crystal, Sub-Commander Vex whispered, his form paling. The entire planet is a weapon. Not a weapon, Director Rice corrected over the open channel. A sanctuary, a fortress, the culmination of centuries of human innovation and unity. What you're seeing, Admiral Zirix, is humanity's true face. In the Antarctic facility, Dr. Isabella Torres activated the global quantum matrix. The transformed Zephyrus ships, now under human control, moved into a new formation, one that formed a perfect resonance with Earth's revealed quantum infrastructure. You never understood what you were really seeing, Dr. Blackwood transmitted from the Mariana Trench. Those primitive satellites, decoys, our crude space stations, theater. The International Space Station itself was a masterpiece of misdirection, designed to convince watching eyes that we were still learning to live in space. The truth was far more profound. Humanity hadn't just advanced beyond their apparent technological level, they had transcended conventional understanding of physics itself. The quantum wake generators weren't just defensive tools. They were the visible edge of a technology that could reshape reality at will. Admiral Zirix watched as more of his ships were transformed, their crystalline structures singing with new frequencies. How? He demanded. How did you hide this from us? Our surveillance was perfect. Was it? Director Rice asked. Or did you see exactly what we wanted you to see? Every war, every conflict, every apparent technological breakthrough, all carefully orchestrated to paint a picture of a divided, primitive species. But underneath, as if to emphasize her point, the quantum machinery hidden within Earth's structure fully activated. The planet's atmosphere itself began to shift, revealing layers of quantum shielding that had always been there, invisible to conventional sensors. In the Himalayan facility, Dr. Wong monitored the global transformation. All systems nominal, he reported. The planetary quantum matrix is stable, ready to proceed with final demonstration. This was humanity's ultimate revelation. Earth wasn't just defended by advanced technology. It was advanced technology, every mountain and ocean hiding machinery that defied the Alliance's understanding of what was possible. Your choice is simple, Admiral, Director Rice announced. Surrender and join us in a new understanding of the universe. Or, she let the alternative hang in the silence of space. The remaining Alliance ships hung in orbit, their crews watching in awe as Earth revealed its true nature. The planet they had dismissed as primitive was showing itself to be something else entirely, not just a world, but a testament to human ingenuity and unity. Dr. Blackwood's voice carried across the quantum network. Project Leviathan wasn't designed to destroy, Admiral. It was designed to elevate. Every ship we've transformed isn't just under our control. It's been upgraded. Your technology, impressive as it is, was still bound by conventional physics. We removed those limitations. To demonstrate, one of the transformed ships performed a maneuver that should have been impossible, sliding between dimensions as easily as a fish through water. The crystalline structure of the vessel wasn't just changed, it was evolved. Admiral Zirix, leader of the mighty Zephyrus Alliance, conqueror of 23 worlds, found himself facing a choice that no one in his civilization had ever encountered. The species they had come to conquer wasn't just ready for them. They were centuries beyond anything the Alliance had imagined possible. The game hadn't just changed. It had transcended into something entirely new, and humanity was offering the Alliance a chance to transcend with them. Admiral Zerix's command ship hung in Earth orbit, its crystalline structure reflecting the transformed planet below. The mighty Zephyrus Alliance, conquerors of 23 worlds, had never faced a choice like this. Around him, the remnants of his fleet had either been transformed by human quantum technology or displaced to parallel dimensions. "Sir," Sub-Commander Vex reported, his crystalline form shifting with uncertainty, "we're receiving transmissions from the transformed ships. They're showing us something." The data streamed through their quantum networks, not just technical specifications, but a complete revelation of what humanity had done to their vessels. The transformed ships weren't just under human control. They had been elevated to a state of technological transcendence that the Alliance had never thought possible. In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. Maya Blackwood monitored the quantum resonance patterns. "They're beginning to understand," she announced to the global network. "The transformed ships are successfully transmitting the technical data." "Show them everything," Director Elena Reyes commanded from Luna Command. It's time they understood what humanity has actually achieved. The truth about Earth's transformation was far more profound than mere technological advancement. In the centuries since detecting the first alien signals, humanity had pursued a path that no other civilization had considered. Instead of focusing on weapons or defense, they had learned to rewrite the fundamental laws of reality itself. Dr. Wang's voice came through the quantum network from his Himalayan facility. Initiating final revelation sequence, planetary quantum matrix at full harmonics. Earth's surface shimmered as the last vestiges of its camouflage fell away. The planet wasn't just defended by advanced technology. It had become something new. A world where the boundaries between natural and artificial had dissolved completely. Mountains breathed with quantum energy, oceans pulsed with computational power, and the very atmosphere had become a medium for consciousness transfer. "You see now, don't you, Admiral?" Director Rice transmitted. "Why we let you believe we were primitive. Why we maintained the illusion of division and technological infancy." In Antarctica, Dr. Isabella Torres activated the final systems of the quantum reflection arrays. The transformed Zephyrus ships began to resonate with Earth's quantum field, their crystalline structures singing with new possibilities. "Your Alliance conquered through force," Dr. Blackwood added. "You sought out worlds to dominate, resources to harvest. But humanity, we chose a different path. We didn't just advance our technology. We transformed ourselves." The evidence was undeniable. Every primitive satellite, every apparent technological limitation, had been part of an elaborate performance. While the galaxy watched humanity's supposed struggles with basic spaceflight, they had actually achieved something far greater: the ability to transcend the conventional limits of existence itself. Admiral Zerix studied the data streaming through his ship's quantum networks. The transformed Alliance vessels weren't just under human control. They were operating on principles that his civilization had never imagined possible. Each ship had become a gateway to understanding the universe in ways that went beyond the Alliance's conquests. 23 worlds, he transmitted finally. "We conquered 23 worlds, and never once did we consider that there might be more to power than conquest. That's why we revealed ourselves the way we did." Director Reyes responded, "Not to destroy your fleet, but to show you an alternative. Every ship we transformed, every system we reconfigured, it was all to demonstrate what's possible when technology serves understanding rather than dominance." In the Mariana Trench, Dr. Blackwood initiated the final phase of Project Leviathan. The quantum wake generators weren't just defensive tools. They were gateways to a new kind of existence. The transformed Alliance ships began to pulse with possibilities that went beyond mere space travel or warfare. "The choice is yours, Admiral," Rice continued. The Alliance can continue its path of conquest, trying to dominate worlds that may hold similar surprises. Or, Xyrix's crystalline form shimmered with curiosity. Or you can join us, not as conquerors or conquered, but as partners in understanding the true nature of reality. Your civilization's knowledge, combined with our approach to quantum mechanics, imagine what we could achieve together. The remaining Alliance ships hung in space, their crews watching as Earth continued its transformation. The planet they had come to conquer had become something else entirely, not just a world, but a doorway to a new understanding of existence itself. In the end, Admiral Xyrix made the choice that would reshape not just the Alliance, but the galaxy itself. The Zephyrus fleet, what remained of it, powered down their weapons. Their crystalline structures, already resonating with Earth's quantum field, began to pulse with new purpose. Perhaps, Xyrix transmitted, after 23 conquests, it's time the Zephyrus Alliance learned something new. As Earth's quantum field embraced the Alliance ships, as humanity's true nature revealed itself fully to the galaxy, a new chapter in cosmic history began. The species that had hidden its advancement behind a mask of primitive technology had done more than stop an invasion. They had opened a door to a future where the very nature of existence could be rewritten. The deception was over. The mask was gone. And in its place stood a humanity ready not just to join the galactic community, but to transform it entirely. The game hadn't just changed. It had evolved into something entirely new, and the galaxy would never be the same.